Good morning, or hello, everyone. Welcome to the Texas Church Drill Team Coalition segment today. The Texas Church Drill Team Coalition, our objective is to reach, rebuild, restore, retain, and recruit. And I had to read that. No, I have not memorized that, but we want to make sure we welcome you to our live feed today. So we launched in March of this year. And so far, we've had one event was very successful. Again, our goal is to help restore the church drill team and to remind everybody that the church drill team is not dead. It's not dead. It is very much so alive. We have been very successful in reaching our objectives so far. And we've had different topics that we've discussed, and you can find that on our YouTube channel. Also, if you want to email us at tcdtc22@gmail.com. We would also like for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and like our Facebook page. So today's topic is organizing and maintaining the church drill team. Organizing and maintaining the church drill team. So I have some special guests that I'm gonna bring on here. Right there, there's Diana Smith and Tiffany Matthews. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm moving. I move myself in the middle to separate y'all two. Just don't start nothing on here now. and they are representing New Destiny. So first of all, let me say this: drill team is about relationships. And I will say this, and they didn't tell me to say it, but they have supported Texas Church Drill Team Coalition from day one. And simple things by sharing on their page. It is super important that we share, that we like when we see other people doing things, that we like it and that we share it and that we support it. Because sometimes the support comes from people that you don't expect it to. And sometimes it doesn't come from people that you expect to support. But at any rate, I will say this, and I'm not going to take it back. Texas Church Drill Team Coalition is going to go whether or not you support it or not.
That's right.
Why? Because God told me to do it. So I'm saying that, and I'm saying I can speak with boldness and clarity on that. But we're thankful that you guys come on, because you guys bring a ton of experience to our topic today, which is organizing and maintaining the church drill team. So let's start with you, Diana. Tell us about, and Tiffany, you can chime in as well. Wait a minute, Tiffany. Let me plug. Tiffany, tell us about your business that you had. Wait. Let me say this first before you tell it. Anybody that's watching this, if you want to know how to cheat, if you want to get your taxes filled out, you came to the right place. This is free game. We're finna give you right now. Go ahead, Tiffany. Tell us about your business, man. We got to plug that.
I am a tax preparer. My slogan is your favorite blonde tax lady. My objective is to get you the maximum of your refund. So come December, January, come see me, your favorite blonde tax lady at Opulent Tax Pros.
You got a website, Tiffany?
No, but I have an Instagram. It's Tiffany _ Opulent Tax Pros at gmail.com.
Yeah, okay. So anybody need your taxes done, y'all need to holler at Tiffany, straight up, real talk. Okay, so let's talk about, Diana, you and Tiffany talk about how someone would start or organize a drill team. What would be some of the first thing they would need to do?
Well, the first thing they would need to do is meet with the pastor and the leadership team to present their proposal to them of what the drill team would look like and how that ministry can benefit the church as a whole and benefit the children. So that's the first step. Once you get the approval of your pastor and your leadership team, it's a go for all. Then you start setting up those interest meetings and, advertising. We're having this meeting, because you want to pull the parents in. You've got the pastor and the leadership team in. So now it's time to get the parents to buy in, to see what all this ministry has to offer their children and youth.
Okay, Tiffany, go.
I would say for the same, and also if you could have a demonstration to show the children, because when you think of drill team, they're like, I don't want to do no left, right, left. But if you present it in a way where it's fun, it's biblical, you're learning lifelong skills, that's going to draw their interest, especially in today's time with these children. All they're interested in sports. So you have to show them that drill team can be as fun and learning just like sports, but we're doing it for the Lord.
Okay, right. And so we all know as drill team directors, assistant directors, that the world or the secular world has so much more, and I would use the word entertaining, to offer. And children nowadays, and I would say this is not an indictment, but it's not like how we was raised. Tiffany, just so y'all didn't know this, I know they look young. Diana is Tiffany's mama, just so y'all screen that out. So Diana, we came up in a generation, and you clearly raised Tiffany, where y'all, we didn't have options. Nowadays, parents are giving children options, and their options generally don't involve church work. You give them the option to pick what sports they play, but you don't make them get involved in any ministry at church. That being praise dance, usher, greeter. You just drag them into church, make sure they sit there and be quiet, and leave out of it.
Right.
So we have to make sure that when we do present, as Tiffany said, when we do present the drill team, it is always, I think that's an excellent idea to not only make sure you get with the pastor first, but also show them what you're going to be doing. Have a presentation. Okay, so once they've talked to the pastor, once you've talked to them, so wait a minute, let me back up. As Diana said, a lot of drill team directors, I've heard of some drill team directors that try to sidestep the leadership when they go with a ministry. I've heard of some that even had meetings and ain't even talked to the pastor. I mean, that is unheard of. I mean, and I don't blame a pastor for shutting down a ministry where you didn't even come to me first. I mean, who does that? That is totally out of order.
Right.
So is it hard? So let's say this. Let's say somebody's trying to start a drill team, and the pastor says, no, not right now. What should that person do? What do you think they should do?
Well, first of all, I think they should go back to their prayer closet and pray that what is being proposed, that the pastor or the leadership team would see the benefits of it. And that, once they see the benefits of it and it aligns with the vision of the house, then I think, there may be some mind changing. It's all in how you present it. But whatever you present, you want to make sure that it aligns with the vision of that house. Right. Because that's so important. What is the vision of the church? What is the vision of that house? And once it aligns with that vision, because pastor leadership is all about next generation and growing our children and youth, I don't think it would be hard from there.
Right. And so a lot of times it might not be the vision at that time. Right. And that's okay. And for those that are watching, again, we're talking about organizing and maintaining the church drill team. Our guests, Tiffany Matthews and Dinah Smith from New Destiny. So if at that time when you go to your pastor and you tell your pastor, or you mention to your pastor that you're trying to start a drill team and whatever, I would say you need to make sure that it's scripturally based. Yes. That you have a scripture, that you have a mission statement, and that you have an objective, and that your mission statement needs to be backed up by scripture. Don't just tell them we march. Wait a minute. Let me say this. Please, y'all don't get mad. Anybody watching? If somebody tell me you marching for Jesus one more time, I'm gonna scream. That is so 1980s. We have to evolve into something else than marching for Jesus. Is that all we doing? Right. I mean, really. I mean, we've been marching for Jesus. and I don't mean no harm. I ain't throwing shade on nobody, but you know what? This is my segment. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
That's right.
You gotta keep it real, authentic.
Yeah, we're keeping it 100 in there. If you don't like it, hey, unsubscribe. Yeah. I don't care. Hey, say. So look. So when we go to the pastor and we have our objective, okay, talk to us about how can we get the kids, because that's part of the organization process. How deep do we need to go? Well, first, let's talk about this, because first thing we got to do is we got to get to the parents first. Yes. Because the parents are the ones that got the cars to get them to the ride, and the parents are the ones that got the money to support the drill team. So how do we make it attractive to the parents? You got to speak on that.
So
I think. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay, so I would say for the parents, you will have to present it in the way of this generation. Let them know the benefits. Let them know what your child will be seeking, because you may have a mother who just about to wash her hands with her child, and she was like, I just don't know what to do with him or her. And you tell them we're starting a drill team and it's biblical based. You're gonna learn discipline techniques, like long lasting techniques that will last them when they're in middle school, high school, when they get grown. And you start telling them you're gonna teach them the books of the Bible. Well, I've been trying to teach them the books of the Bible forever, and they didn't want to learn it. But we're gonna teach it in a fun way where they want to be engaged. So yes, mom, you may have to sacrifice getting off of work early or bringing them on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but trust me, the outcome is going to be rewarding. Yes, we are marching for Jesus, as they say. We're marching for the Lord. We're marching to show people that we are a union and we have coordination, but you have to make sure that your child has discipline. And if you need help, we are the persons and the people to teach them that. They're going to learn from their peers. They're going to learn from other drill teams. That's why it's so good about Texas Gulf Coast, because you're not only just one church. We're many churches that collaborate together to make a whole team. So you might say, oh, I went to school with her. I didn't know you was in drill team. So they're seeing their friends in drill team and didn't even know. So you have to instill that into the parents, like, give us a chance. You're going to see a discipline change in your child. You might start hearing them say, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, because that's what we teach. We have to instill it in the parents, and then they might be on board. And of course, like in my days, I didn't have a choice not to be in the drill team or the choir. I did both. But now you're right, they do have a choice. But if we present it in a way where it's fun, they're gonna learn, they're gonna see other people, meet other people, they get to travel. Some kids never been outside of Texas or Oklahoma. So now they get to travel every summer. And so with the pandemic, yes, we missed that, but we have to get back to showing the kids that we are a team, we are a union, and you need to be in the drill team because you're gonna build those long-lasting relationships.
Right. Go ahead, Diana.
Well, wow, Tiffany just about said it all.
Hey, look, we can take up an offering behind Tiffany.
But it goes back to the saying, it takes a village.
Right.
And that's what the drill team is. The drill team is a village. I mean, it's a culmination of so many different churches and people working together to build up our children and our youth.
Right.
You know, in those lifelong skills and those people you meet, those are long-lasting relationships.
Right.
You go to Congress and see, you know, and I remember, you know, I remember you or this, you know, and exposure expands expectation.
Right.
And that is so true. If we don't expose our children, how will they learn? Right. You know, and like Tiffany said, some kids have never been outside of not just Texas, outside of Houston. So it's very important to expose our children to what we expect them to receive further down the line in the future.
Right. Diana, move to the left a little bit. Let me see. Move to the other way. Move the other way.
Okay.
Other way. Keep going.
Okay. No, this
other
way.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, because I'm only seeing. I want to make sure that we can see. Move over just a little bit the same way. There we go, right there. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of times, and I heard Tiffany say this, and you all both mentioned the word discipline. A lot of times, as the drill team directors, as assistant directors, we are all, and I say all, that the discipline that these children see at some point. We are the go-between between their parents and whatever they're going through in life. I have personally experienced where teens would not discuss things with their parents for whatever reason, but they felt comfortable enough to come to me and say, this is what I'm going through in life. And it took something for them to do that. They didn't just do that on their own. But the key word that made them do that is relationships. We're back to that. So I would say this, those that are trying to start a drill team, organize a drill team, and definitely maintain it, one thing that two things that jump out that you're going to have. You're going to have discipline as a director, as an assistant director, to organize and maintain, and you're going to have relationships to keep that going. Because those relationships build relationships, and like you all said, when they build relationships with you all, they build relationships with other teams. They go out and tell other teams, hey, you know what? I'm in this drill team. I didn't like it at first. They was talking crazy to me. Tiffany was talking crazy to me. Yeah. And she hollered at me and told me stand still, and I finally got it. But I'm going out and telling people, hey, you know what? We going on Saturdays. You need to be over here. It's turned on Saturdays. We going out of town. you haven't never been to Congress, you get to see all these other kids that you have not seen in a while. And not only that, you build relationships with them. So we have to organize with the parents first. We talked about that. Now let's talk about how we organize. How do we get the kids to be involved? We're going step by step. Any one of y'all take that. How do we get the kids? We got the parents involved. Now, how do we get the kids involved?
Go ahead, Tiffany.
I would say for me, and my mom probably can contest to this, like I said, demonstrating, but also taking them out, exposing them. I know how we got introduced to Texas Gulf Coast. We got invited by Minister Jason Keaton. He invited us to an event that he had, an extravaganza. And we were like, whoa, we've been in drill team. We were with a different organization. But when we brought those kids and they saw how those crisp moves were going, they was just like at awe. Like they was like, this is drill team. They thought it was one way, but you had to actually expose them and show them what it was really about. So when we brought our children to go see what a drill team really was and how they were moving and they were reciting Bible verses, or they were, making a beat to different hip hop songs, they said we can do that. So you have to expose them. You have to show them. And once we did that, they was already going home trying to make out moves. So you have to take the time to show them. Yes, you can tell them all day. You can say, well, you got to do A, B, C, and D, but you have to show these children. This generation, there are like a show me state. They not gonna believe it until they actually see it. And I promise you, if you take your drill team and take them to go see another drill team who's established, who has got awards from Congress, or who may have the trophies, they're going to be like, wow. That's all they're gonna talk about. Girl, drill team was so fun. So I seen them, and like, let's just be honest. Some girls and some guys, they be wanting to go because they want to see their friends. Oh, she cute or he cute. So let's just.
That's what they say about. Hey, that's what they be saying about me.
So you just have to keep it real, girl. I seen this boy in drill team. Oh yeah, mama, I want to be in drill team. So that's just the reality that we live in. We have to keep it real because these children can go out and be doing anything else on a Friday night, Saturday morning, but they're choosing to come to practice and be with us most of the day. And their parents are entrusting us to be a good role model and example to them.
Right. Go, Diana, go.
I mean, that's awesome. And that is so true. If you don't expose them, how will they know? Even showing them, tell them you can look at a YouTube video. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but they actually want to see it. It's a visual aid when you can take these children, to an extravaganza or whatever's going on, so they can actually see drill teams, putting it to the floor, because I mean, even for me as an adult, when I went to my first Congress, and just to see how much hard work and commitment is put into it, I mean, it's a feeling like none other. And that's what we have to let our kids know. This can be you. When they go and see trophies, on the stage, and it's just something about that. So I just say to people, it's time to get back to the basics, because again, it goes back. It takes a village, and it goes back to Jeremiah 29:11. God knows the plans that He has for us, and these plans are for our children. But if we don't instill that in our children, how will they know?
Right. Look here. Now the next time you quote scriptures, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hum you through. I'm gonna hum you through it, Diana. So look. So we talked about, and it's so crucial, because I can hear the love that you guys have, not only for the ministry but for these kids, and it is crucial to everybody that sees this live feed. Do not forget about, if you don't love these kids, they will. Now you might have a long time ago been able to get past them and do smoke and mirrors, but now in 2022, finna be 2023, if you don't show them that you love them, they gonna zone you smooth out.
That's true.
You're not gonna be successful if the only thing that you got to tell them is why you come to practice late and all that other stuff, and you can't stand still. You know what? They're gonna come to practice, but they're not gonna be effective.
Yeah.
I have learned since 1998 when I started drill team that one of the things I do is I'm constantly on my kids. We don't even talk when we first get there. Okay, how these grades look?
Yeah.
I talk to these parents how they and let one of them parents tell me they having a problem with you. I'm gonna pull you to the side and say, hey, bro, hey,
Yeah.
your parents say you talking back. So what's up with that? You know,
Yeah.
because and what it is eventually they'll realize that you know what that the drill team director is not only concerned with me just about drill team,
Yes.
but they're concerned about because this is lifestyle.
That's right. It's life.
This what we're doing as drill team directors, assistant directors.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to understand is we are building. We're part. Diana said is we are part of that village.
Yes.
And if we don't take it seriously, if we only focus on trophies, medals, and all that other stuff, any drill team director that's watching this right now that will see this, if you focus on all that, Sunday when you go to church, tell them you resign.
Yeah.
If you focus, if that's your only focus, because you gotta love this. First, wait, let me back up. First, you gotta love God.
Yes.
Then you gotta love His people, and then you gotta love His ministry.
Yes.
Because everybody knows with a drill, and I say this on every live feed. Everybody knows. Everybody wants to be a drill team director. I mean, churches are full of folk that want to be a drill team. I mean, until I tell you, meet me at practice every Saturday, then all of a sudden you don't want to do.
Right.
You don't want to deal with these multiple personalities that's going to show up on practice on whenever we practice.
Right.
Okay, so again, if you're just now joining us, we have Diana and Tiffany from New Destiny. So we talked about organizing. We talked about making sure that we get to the parents and the children or the youth that we plan on. We talked about the first thing that we need to do is we need to approach the leadership of the church to make sure that the drill team is part of the vision of the house. I think that's the way Diana worded that. So let's talk about what does it take to maintain, particularly when we had COVID that came into play. A lot of drill teams, because of COVID, have fallen off because the church is not open. The church is not allowing them to practice. But what does it take to maintain the church drill team? Somebody take that.
I think again with the pandemic, we're 2.5 years into it. Like you said, a lot of churches had shut down, completely with nothing going on, only virtual. And here we are now in 2022, and so it's now time for us to to go back to our parents. Hey, we want these kids back. The drill team, it may have had to take a halt for a moment, but we are not dead. We still want to, have the participation of your kids in a drill team. This ministry is important. It's vital. And, you may have to go back to the basics and restart all over again, because again, when you don't have practice, kids tend to fall off and parents tend to fall off as well. But now it's time to reel those kids back in step by step, and not only bringing our kids back in, but bringing the parents back in, because a lot of people have become so comfortable with doing virtual church. I mean, in virtual, there's nothing wrong with virtual church or the hybrid church, but there's nothing like coming back together in the house. So that's what we need to, to do, to let our parents know it's time to come back to the house. It's time to participate. We want our kids back because we want to continue to build, to build that village and support that village.
Right. Go, Tiffany.
I would say it is time for us to get back to the basics and get our children. You're taking your children to concerts. You're taking your children to football games. You're taking them to basketball games. You're sitting in the stands. You're sitting in the stadium. You may not have a mask on. So they're at school. Lunches are crowded. So they're around people. So we can't say, well, I don't want my children to come back to church because it's too many people. Well, they're at school. These schools are even more overcrowded, especially for the ones who have lack of teachers. So now it's time, if your child can go to school every day, they can go to practice, why can't they come to church? Why can't you wake your child up and say, hey, they want you back in the drill team? But we have to reach out as directors, assistant directors, matrons, supervisors. We have to reach out and ask those children, how you doing? Or shoot them a text. Some kids like to text. They don't want to talk on the phone. We miss you at church. Ask your parents, can you come back? Or if you need a ride and it's okay with your parent, can we come get you? You have to show them that you're still interested in them. Yes, it's been 2.5 years. I'd be like, well, they don't care about me. We ain't been a drill team. We haven't heard nothing. But now we have to show you. I will come get you like we used to do back in the day. So let me know. So you have to instill in the parents that it's time to get your child back in church. We need them in drill team. We need to show the church that our children are the next generation, and that what we did post pandemic, we can still do it now. Because like I said, they're going to these games. They're cheering their kids on. So please don't say it's because of the pandemic when they go to school. If that's the case, you would homeschool your child. So let your child come to church and learn and get back to the drill team.
Right. And that is excellent, because we do need to have them. That's part of the maintenance of the drill team, is getting them back. But I applaud you all for, again, it shows your love for the kids and for the ministry, that if we don't reach out to them, then it's like they said, well, wait a minute, we ain't heard from you in 2 years. And wait, and now you want me to come back because you need 8 people to participate in that conference. And I'm gonna tell you something, and they're gonna see right through that.
That's right.
Because you haven't reached out to them. You know, a lot of drill team directors. Hey, what's up, Sandy? Good to see you, all the way from Victoria. So a lot of drill team directors, it is hard, because we're not in church. We haven't had, a lot of teams are not meeting. A lot of teams are basically having to start from scratch. And let me say this to those drill team directors that have had established teams, been together for years, and you have to start all over. Don't be afraid of starting all over. And don't be afraid of starting all over with what God gave you. So what if you have 20? You had 20 and now you only have 8. Use those 8 that he gives you, because you have to be faithful over what he gives you. It might be the season for God to say, no, I gave you 20, but now I'm going to see how you can work with this 8.
Right.
And so to maintain the drill team, it costs us as drill team directors, as assistant drill team directors, it costs us to go above and beyond to maintain the drill team. As a matter of fact, I would say it like this: we have to maintain the drill team almost as we have to maintain our family.
That's right.
If push comes to shove, and I hope my wife don't hear me say this, if push comes to shove and I have to go get an extra job so they can eat around here, guess what?
You got to go get an extra job.
So as a drill team director, if we got to go the extra mile, like Tiffany said, going to pick these kids up to get them to practice, hey, what does it say to that parent, and what does it say to that kid when, oh, you know what, hey, they came to pick me, especially when they on your side of town. Now, I could see me having a problem. I live in Spring and got to drive to Cypress to pick you up. that might be a problem. But I can tell you this.
Yeah.
I know that God will provide the gas to get over there, to get you there and get you back. So really, it depends on what's more important.
Yeah.
I'm like, you take your gas and drive every place else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's we got about 2 minutes. So I want you to go first, Diana, and you go. Let me do this. Tiffany, you go first and you go second, Diana. So what I want you to do is to someone that's organizing a drill team, give them some encouraging words, Tiffany, and give them some encouraging words, Diana. Wait, and I'm not gonna hum y'all through this. You gotta preach this and get ready to close it out for me.
Yeah.
Well, no, but parents, drill team directors, churches, be encouraged. Just know that this race is not given to the swift, and you have to make sure that you instill in these children that it's time to get back to the basics. We care about you. We love you. So never give up. You have other churches who will support you, who will come out to ensure that your drill team will be a success. We are the village to help the parents, but we also are a team. We build long-lasting relationships. So never give up. Be encouraged, and then trust me, we will see each other again at the next extravaganza.
Woo. Go ahead, Diana.
Girl, you ready to preach this thing?
I said I wasn't gonna do it, but anyway. Myself.
And I would say, I would have to take it back to scripture. Let us not grow weary in doing well, because in the proper season, you will reap a harvest if you faint not. So I say again, just like Tiffany said, be encouraged, parents. It is time to get back to the basics. If you had 20 and now, like us, we're down to 5. So what do we do to to build our team back. You may not go to Congress the first as we go back to compete, but just the mere fact that you're back in the race, that makes a bold statement, because again, what we're trying to do is build authentic relationships. And once we build authentic relationships, letting the parents know the love we have for these children, everything else will fall in place. So be encouraged.
Be encouraged. You know what? Hey, you two, I'm telling y'all now, y'all got to come back on. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling in front of God and everybody, y'all come. Look here. I'm gonna come back on, but I'm gonna have somebody. I'm gonna rent me a Hammond organ, and I'm gonna have somebody come play it. And every time y'all talk, I'm gonna have them chord behind y'all. So again, thank you, Diana and Tiffany from New Destiny. You guys have been a blessing. We're praying for y'all. Thank y'all for coming on, and we will see y'all later.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Bye-bye.
Bye. So there you have it. Again, we want to thank Diana and Tiffany for their insightful inspiration in Texas Church Drill Team Coalition, where we talked about organizing and maintaining the church drill team. This particular video will be available on our YouTube channel. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and like our Facebook page. Thank you.